My manager told me to take my time back, so I did. Now he won't stop calling. I 29F work in corporate tech, the kind of job where 40 hours a week is more of a polite suggestion than a reality. A few weeks ago, both my manager and another colleague were out, which meant all of their responsibilities fell onto me. I didn't complain. I've always been the kind of person who keeps everything running, even when I'm drowning. Then at 2 p.m. on a Friday, an urgent escalation landed in my inbox. The kind labeled P1, bold red text, all hands on deck panic. I worked until 8 p.m. that night. I spent all of Saturday and all of Sunday glued to my laptop handling it. By Monday morning, the problem was fixed, and I was exhausted. Some people on our team get weekend time compensated as extra cash, but HR has always told me I need to coordinate time back with my manager. So I asked him for 2 extra PTO days in December. 2 paid days off for 2.5 days of weekend work felt more than reasonable to me. When I finally got him alone to ask, he looked annoyed, like I was inconveniencing him by wanting to sleep or breathe or not be a corporate machine every hour of my life. He said, "No, I don't agree with that. Just take your time back on Fridays until your leave. Block the calendar." Word for word. I remember because the dismissiveness was so sharp it stuck in my head. If he didn't want to approve PTO, fine. If he wanted me to take it in small chunks, fine. So I blocked off the last 2 to 3 hours of every Friday until my holiday break. I didn't ask again. I didn't argue. I just did exactly what he told me to do. Honestly, it was kind of nice, having a few hours to breathe at the end of every week instead of being on standby. And besides, everyone knows the unspoken rule, unless a disaster hits, Fridays basically die at 2 p.m. anyway. Yesterday was one of those Fridays. I signed off early, spent time with my son, and actually relaxed for once. We had a meeting scheduled at 1 p.m. with my manager and I to finalize a proposal for one of our top strategic clients, the proposal I spent all week creating, polishing, and perfecting. He canceled the meeting at the last minute without explanation. Whatever. Not the first time he's disorganized. But then at 4 p.m., apparently he realized the CTO wanted the proposal ASAP, and suddenly he needed me. Badly? My phone lit up 4 times with calls from him and then 2 frantic messages. I ignored every single one. I had already clocked out. My calendar clearly said I was unavailable per his instructions. And more importantly, I was on the floor building a Lego castle with my kid, and no amount of corporate panic was pulling me back into laptop mode. By Sunday night, I saw a meeting invite for Monday morning from him and a senior HR manager. I accepted and immediately gathered every email, calendar block, and timestamp proving I followed his instructions exactly. I didn't know the HR manager personally, but she opened the meeting with a neutral voice and asked for both sides. Her first question was directed at him: why were we only talking about 2 PTO days and not the full 2.5 I earned from weekend work? He blinked like she slapped him. She corrected the record right there. Then she asked him why he denied my PTO request if he didn't want me taking Fridays off. Her exact words were, "If you didn't want her to take leave time, you should have approved compensation or PTO. You can't refuse both." He looked at her like she was speaking another language. The final decision was almost satisfying. One of the 2.5 days will be added to my upcoming December leave. A quarter day was used last Friday. The remaining 1.25 days I can take whenever I want, as long as I give 24 hours notice. The HR manager explicitly said I followed instructions and that my manager needed to communicate expectations more clearly. Which is corporate speak for, "Sir, this mess is your fault." As soon as the meeting ended, I sent a polite summary email thanking them both for their time, confirming the agreed outcomes, and letting them know I'd be using the remaining hours over the next 4 Fridays and 1 Monday before leave. I could almost feel my manager's eye twitching through the screen. So now, here I am, still doing my job, still hitting deadlines, still taking exactly the time I earned. My manager is sulking, HR is watching him closely, and I've never felt more vindicated. I didn't bend rules. I didn't manipulate anything. I just did precisely what I was told to do. He told me to take my time back on Fridays. So I did. And now he gets to live with the results.